Hi, in this video we are going to make a CICD on Azure with a .NET application via Docker. So let's get started. So here I have on my Azure a resource group that I created. We're going to first create an app service plan, and then we'll create a container registry to put the image of our application on, and then we're going to make the app service on which our application will be run. Okay, so we'll first create the app service plans here. Let's create a new one. Then I will choose the resource group that I made. I will call it free plan because I will make it a free plan, and select the region, and then I will change the free one, which is very suitable for development, but it's on the other hand very slow and low performance. Okay, it's deploying. Maybe we'll pause this. Oh, it's still deploying, and now it's done. So the second thing we will make is to make a container registry. That's what we're going to make. So we will go to container registries and create a new one. We'll select the same Linux resource group, and I will create this with my name, Omar Container Registry, or let's call it Test Container Registry. Okay, West Europe. I think we're good to go. Yep. Create. You can pause until this is created, and it says it's created now. We will go to the container registry, and the important thing to do here is to go, I think here, yeah, and enable this, the admin user. This will generate a username and password for this container registry, and the cool thing here is when we deploy the application, it will automatically add those username and password to the application to access the container registry. So it would set up the authentication all by itself, which is a cool thing to do. The second thing, we will create an app service. We'll select the same resource group that we have. Let's call this test with Docker. Okay, this is a Docker app service, Linux Docker app service, and select the same region. And this is the app service plan that we made earlier. And create. So while this is deploying, maybe we should take a look at the application we're going to make. This is a fairly simple .NET application, which is made by .NET New MVC. We can actually see that it's the only thing I added like very few modifications. The most important of which is adding here a Docker file. Oh, oops. The Docker file here is basically, if I go here and I say .NET Docker file and select the first one, this is a very good example. I think the only thing I changed here is I made it with .NET5 instead of .NET Core 3.1. But this is the way it looks when it's running. We don't need that now. So here our app service, back to our app service is deployed. So let's visit it. So here, if we visit this, it will be like the default Microsoft website. That means that we haven't deployed anything on this app service. But if we want to deploy our application, so our application here is, if we go to repos, this is, by the way, where I put my my repo here. So this is what's in VS Code, and I don't have any pipeline. I had one, but I deleted it now for the purpose of this video. So here, I want to connect these two. So I want to connect this repo. Okay, I will take this code from this repo and actually publish it to this app service. So there is a very nice and cool way to do this just by UI, and that's what we're going to do. And then to create a pipeline, a CI pipeline here, and a CD pipeline here. Okay. Apparently this is still loading. Maybe we don't care about this part for now. Okay, we will go to Deployment Center Classic. That's the first thing to do. And being labeled as Classic, meaning it will be moved to the new Deployment Center later on, but it's not, so we'll stick with this for now. My code is in Azure repos, so I will select this, but if your code is on GitHub, you can go with the second option. This is a repo that I have, the only one, and the branch and so on. And the awesome thing here is it detected the Docker file. So here it detected the path of the Docker file and the Docker file, and the port, I actually exposed the port 80, so you have to specify it here. This is the container registry. This is the one we created. If you want to have it create or use a new one, create one or use if it's created before, you can select this one. But if you want to have like a single container registry shared among more than one app service, then you would want to use an existing one. Okay, so here it is. Now it's making the pipeline. So now it's making this. So what we should expect later is something here when we go to the pipeline. And that we can pause now until this is done, because it will take a little bit of time. So here it says successfully set up continuous delivery and triggered build, which is we should refresh this and find it here. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually going to go here and stop this or cancel this because I want to look at it first. So I will edit it. And here we get the resource from the repo. If we have submodule, we should check that. And then here we build the image, and this is where it gets interesting. Suppose we want to have environment variables passed to this Docker image. This is also one of the things I added here on my Docker file. The way we do this is by setting up an argument and setting up the environment variable to equals that argument. So that argument is a variable that you pass to the build. We're building the Docker image. So my argument is I called it arg underscore and then the name of the environment variable, and this is the ASP.NET Core environment variable, right? So I want to pass this as test, let's say, instead of demo or development. So I actually have this already here. So I will copy it and put it here. So the way you do this is you put the flag build -arg and then the name of the argument, and then equals the value, and you can put like multiples of those where space separated, right? And then here you push the image, and I will save and queue, or I will just save. So here the pipeline is not running, right? Let's push some code. Let's remove this and save, right? And then make a commit, like a, let's say you change something, right? So whenever you push, this will trigger the CICD. See here, and you can also trigger that manually, right? You can click here and then run pipeline. You can run it manually here, and you can even specify which branch you want to run it on. But the cool thing here is that when you edit this, you can have the triggers. So you can have the branch. You can add more than one branch. You can include or exclude a specific path or directory. So let's wait until this is complete, and then we will see what happens. And what will happen actually is it will create one here. So here it will create a release pipeline. So that was quick. It only took 1 minute, and here it is creating a release, which is this one. So we'll close again until this is done. Okay, so the release pipeline is finished now. So let's go back to the app service, and we can see here if you go to the configuration, and let's open up the overview as well. So here we can see that it added the Docker registry server URL and password and the username. That happened when we enabled the admin user on the container registry. So if we go to the overview, we can see this URL, and here it says it opened up the URL nicely, and our application is deployed. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Bye.